intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacey style. And today I am super pumped to be able to share a deck with you that has been out for quite some time. I'm going to say it's not new to the world, but it is fairly new to me. It's been on my wish list for quite some time now, and US Games had a sale, and I decided to jump on it. And now's the time and seize the day. So without further ado, let's get to it. So today we are exploring the Japaridze Tarot by Japaridze. Japaridze, yes, I want to make sure, Japaridze. Yeah, I think that's how we're supposed to say it. I hope I'm not bastardizing the poor guy's name. And of course, this is a US Games published deck and book set. It says here it's a revised edition, so this is definitely not the first edition of this card deck. I believe that this deck also was an independent creator first and then got picked up by US Games or by, publishing company. But I could be wrong on that. And, I've been looking at this for quite some time. I actually noticed this deck. Oh, I love that it's a magnetic sort of flip open. I noticed this deck. I watch political tarot channels, and Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot uses this deck a lot. And that's where I kind of saw it in action and was really impressed by it. Oh, wow. It's a really serious, heavy book. Wow, look how thick that is. Okay, well, now I'm extra excited. So let's take a peek here. So text by Steve Lucas. So I guess Nino is the creator of the imagery. Oh, this is a beautiful book. Wow. This is like, I want to say it's museum quality, right? So we've got colored imagery. We've got, it's shiny pages, cardstock. Wow, this is incredible. Okay, so this is some serious stuff. I usually don't use the guidebook when I'm reading a tarot deck, but I might have to check this out. This looks really, wow, this looks really powerful. And it is artwork because it's giving you the dimensions of each of the paintings. So he must have created each of these paintings that then became the card. So I'm just noticing here, Suit of Tides. So that's cups, fire. Let's see if I skipped through. Let's see what else we have. Suit of Fire, King of Winds. So that is swords. And then let's see what else we've got here. Oh, and Suit of Gardens is the pentacles. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is like super exciting. A couple of card spreads. It gives a little bibliography. It tells you about the imagery that's being used, about the artist. Oh, I'm excited about this. Wow. Okay. This is one of those moments where I say, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Because I'm like, this is amazing. These things come into our lives, I want to say, for a reason, a season, and a lifetime, right? And sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes, like I would say to you 4 years ago, I would not have been interested in this kind of tarot deck. So it comes into our lives when we are ready for it, when we have, I want to say, evolved or advanced or just, transformed into a different version of ourselves where we are needing different things, So that's really, really cool. Okay. So here we have Japaridze, definitely an artsy approach. Oh, I love the backs of the cards. Definitely reversible. They're a little bit bigger than traditional US Games. It's the same stock quality, but a slightly different, slightly bigger card. This is interesting. It gives you a little guide to the minor arcana because they switched up the names. So swords is winds, wands is fire, cups is tides, pentacles or coins is gardens, and it shares the earth elements. The page is the jester, the knight is the stranger, the queen and the king are the same. So that's super helpful. I like that. I like that they made it a card so that it's like easy. If you don't want to get involved in the book, you don't have to. All right, let's check these out. So here we have the Fool card. And it's interesting, we don't have one solid figure, but we are definitely, I mean, you can be drawn to a number of different things, but we're definitely drawn to the red balloon. And the red balloon is the one that is, being released to have this adventure. And where will the wind, sort of take that red balloon? We also have a blue balloon in the background that is kind of, I want to say, already on its journey, and perhaps a big pink and purpley one, that's been on the journey for a while. But how I'm interpreting this is, I'm really, the focal point I feel is the red balloon. And that's our root chakra. That's the base of the spine. That's where we start I want to say, our life, our lifeblood, and the human journey. So that's really interesting. The Magician. So here, oh, this is really interesting. So we have a little alien head. I think that's cool. We're getting a lot of galactic energy here, almost like a comet coming from the sky. It's nighttime, but then we also have the sun that's getting ready to, the dawn of a new day type thing. Just lots of energy that is being represented here. The Priestess. So this is definitely sort of like a collage-y look. So far, the paintings and the artwork feels collage-y in nature. We have a statue here. We have, I feel like this is a rock formation, but it almost looks like a woman, maybe with her head down, tilted down, her arms crossed. Again, a lot of galactic energy. We're seeing a lot of the yellow that's represented here, which I think is interesting. That's often the solar plexus chakra. Identity, mastery, personal power, co-creation, transformation. The Empress. Here we have our first like real major figure, kind of in the world of topsy-turvy. Many different options available. A lot of texture in all of these things, and then all of a sudden we just have one smooth thing. Again, the red balloon. War for the Emperor. Interesting. Wow. The Hierophant. Oh, I love that it's a bat. And the stairs, like the stairway to heaven, and there's a it's been disconnected. As above, so below. It's been a little disconnected, but you got to spread your wings and fly. That's kind of interesting. Love, the Lover's card. The Chariot. So here it's a bicycle. It's a lot of bicycles represented here. The Chariot. Justice. Interesting that it's umbrellas, and I just, when I looked at this, I thought of photographs. A photography studio, they used to use this all the time, with the lighting, to create shadow or light, or to not reflect the light. I think that's really interesting. So sort of the light and the dark, sun and moon energy. The Hermit. Yeah, lots to think about there. Definitely that we've got the thinker. We've got light shining on Earth. Another light that is shining on the facets of the diamond. I believe that we are all like diamonds with many facets. The soul, I would say the soul is represented by kind of the diamond energy, because there are so many aspects of us, layers to us. Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Interesting. So in this one, the figure is falling. The Drowned. So this is the Hanged one. Drowned. Interesting. Yeah, drowned in your feelings, drowned in your emotions, sometimes drowned in a new perspective. Sometimes we have to be completely submersed in something before we can see it for what it is, like to break out of the programming, the patterns and cycles that we get so used to. Death. So I'm seeing the skull, but I'm also feeling this energy of like a womb. So, the dead skull going in to be reborn, to be repurposed. Temperance. Yeah, there's some balance. There's some realignment going on in the Temperance card, but it can be fun. These swings, they're wide swings. So there's some, I want to say, some foundation there. The Devil. Oh, interesting. Lots of color represented here. Again, we're seeing sort of this bat-like creature from the Black Lagoon kind of energy. And again, a lot of yellow. So soul-related stuff, ego-related stuff. The Tower, loving the colors and all of this. It's just chaotic. And that's exactly what a Tower card feels like. We do have a figure that is falling out of the Tower, but we have a lot of things that are falling out of the Tower here. The Star, oh, beautiful. So yeah, the things that we dream, the dreams that we dare to dream. The Moon, interesting. The Moon is being represented as the eyeball, and the eyeball is looking up to source energy. Wow, coming out of the crater of the Moon. The Sun. So again, this bat-like creature. So, frequency, sonar, listening to things, using your spidey senses instead of your human senses to steer the ship. Because that's where the truth lies. That's where the truth is revealed. And she's waving her magic wand and looking at all of these creatures and shining a light on everything that is there. Judgment. Oh, I love that. Answering the call. All the birds are flying up to the light. The World, coming full circle. Interesting that the only thing that is represented as a circle is we've got a little bit of a wheel here from the Chariot, and we've got planets and maybe a reptilian eye in there. Everything, well, there's a little bit of roundness here, but otherwise this is very abstract. So embracing all of it. Ace of Wind, so Ace of Swords energy. Again, that bat coming through. Two of Winds. Making decisions, choosing a direction. Three of Winds, that Three of Swords energy. Four of Winds. Yeah, taking a chill pill, taking a rest. Five of Winds. Yeah, there's a lot of activity happening here. A lot of, there is conflict. There are things that are needing to be resolved, things that are getting shifted up. Six of Winds, support and grace. The bat, this person becoming the bat or borrowing the bat wings to get them from Island A to Island B. Seven of Winds. Okay, so someone who's looking back, wanting to make sure that he's not being followed. Eight of Winds. Yeah, entrapment, being entrapped in your own head, your own thoughts. Nine of Winds. Okay, so there's vulnerability. She's naked and she's hiding herself. She's not feeling comfortable being so exposed. 10 of Winds. 10 of Swords. So all of the bats are sleeping, but the sun is rising. The dawn of a new day. Jester of Wind. So the Page of Swords. Stranger of Winds. So that's Knight of Swords. This makes me think a little bit of like a whale, like we're getting a snapshot of a beluga whale's eye. These kind of collage decks, it's really interesting because depending on any given day, you're going to look at it and you're going to get something different out of it. Queen of Winds, Queen of Swords. King of Winds. Ooh, that's cool. Ace of Fire. Lots of passion in that. And there's structure to it, but it's not in a box. It's in the diamond shape. Again, using a lot of that diamond energy representing the soul. Two of Fire, two of the Wands. Two of Wands is direction. Three of Fire. Three of Wands, expansion. I love the hot air balloon. Four of Fire, so celebration, there's a graduation that has occurred here, foundational energy that has been established. Five of Fire, so training up. And notice it's two skeletons that are fighting. So, it's the dead part that's learning something new, right? Learning a new version of self. Six of Fire, oh, I love this, yes. The victory of expressing yourself and having others enjoy that expression. Seven of Fire. Ooh, he's overwhelmed. Got to put that fire out. Tone it down. Eight of Fire. So here we have a swift release, right? Volcano is definitely a swift release, for better or worse. 9 of fire, 9 of wands. So control, fighting for what is yours. 10 of fire, 10 of wands, rewards and the burdens that go with them. Jester of fire, page of wands. Stranger of fire, that knight of wands energy. Queen of fire, oh, interesting. So the hint of a cat in her clothing, but not distinctly a cat. I think that's interesting. King of fire, king of wands. Ace of tides, ace of water. 2 of tides, oh, that's so cute. 3 of tides, oh, I love that with the horses. 4 of tides, so moving on to calmer shores, not feeling alone. That can be with another person in the physical, or that can be with source energy, or with yourself, the divine masculine and feminine being united. 5 of tides, 5 of cups, loss, grief, in the graveyard here, but also pregnant with something new to come. 6 of tides, 6 of cups, yes, remembering of easier times. 7 of tides, 7 of cups, lots of choice, dreams and illusions, what's real and what's not. 8 of tides, walking away, walking towards something fresh and new. 9 of tides, wishes fulfilled. She's wishing on a star. That's so cool. 10 of tides, 10 of cups. So an evaluation of where you've come, the outcome, the ideal outcome. And I feel a lot of like rainbow-esque energy coming out of a storm. Jester of tides, so that is the page of cups. Stranger of tides, knight of cups. Queen of tides, queen of cups. Interesting. She's pouring it out because she's looking at something else. She's ready to go with something else. I think that's really interesting. King of tides, so king of cups. He's putting his focus to something. He's using a shell to focus his energy and all the light. It's like he's trying to absorb the energy or take the energy on. Ace of gardens, ace of pentacles. That's really pretty. I love the butterflies in that. 2 of gardens, 2 of pentacles. 3 of gardens, 3 of pentacles. Oh, that's beautiful. So collaboration that is occurring there. Paying attention to the details. 4 of gardens. Yeah, puppet on the strings. Sometimes that's how we feel with the pentacle energy, trying to control our environment. And in the process of doing that, missing out on all the beauty that's around us. It's like being focused on the wrong thing. 5 of gardens, 5 of pentacles. Worry, being shut out, left out in the cold, being the outsider. 6 of gardens, 6 of pentacles. Giving and receiving, being open to that energy. 7 of gardens. Interesting. So harvest, reaping the rewards. She's got plenty with her. She's got her eyes closed because she's a little tired. She needs a little rest. 8 of gardens, 8 of pentacles. Yeah, really focusing on the details, perfecting your craft, learning something at a higher level. 9 of gardens, 9 of pentacles, enjoying what you worked hard to grow. This is the person who starts, to play the piano when they're a little kid, and they love it so much that they start to take lessons. And, over the years, they get better and better and better. And now this is them, playing at the Carnegie Hall, and, getting $10,000 to show up for a night, for one concert. 10 of gardens, 10 of pentacles. So that legacy energy, arriving at the fruits of your labor, celebrating what is, and celebrating also what you're looking forward to becoming, what you're going to reinvest your time and your energy into. Jester of gardens. So that is that page of pentacles. Stranger of gardens. Queen of gardens. And the king of gardens. All right. So definitely a very artsy deck. You can see that this deck is big. The cards are big. My hands are big hands and they take up pretty much the whole deck. So this is okay for me to shuffle, but if these cards were any bigger, even by a couple millimeters, it would be, a little bit difficult. Okay, so in true Stacy style, we are pulling a card, and in fact, this card is giving us the card on how this deck wants to work with us if we want to work with it. So let's take a look at that. Oh, Temperance. Yeah. This is a deck where you're not going to want to speed through the reading. You're going to want to take your time to sit with it because there's so much layering in the imagery. So much in the colors, especially. The colors are going to tell you a lot. So the yellow and the blue with a little bit of orange. So if we go just based on chakra energy, the blue, finding your truth, speaking your truth, learning to communicate it in a creative way. The yellow is the solar plexus chakra, the mastery, identity, personal power, co-creation, transformation, boundaries. And then the orange, the sacral chakra, our sexuality, sensuality, creative expression and flow, and the ocean of our emotion. All of these things can be really stirred up after a death card. Temperance comes in to say, let's alchemize all of these feelings that you're having. Let's alchemize all of these areas that you want to put your focus to. And as we are alchemizing that and really stepping into that energy, you're also able to integrate. And so I feel like this deck, when you're working with it, it's going to encourage you to take some time with each of the cards to recognize that it's going to give you guidance that's going to help you to integrate what's transpiring. Yes, it's going to give you answers in the now, but I feel like what it's trying to do is help you to understand the why and to be able to apply that understanding of the why, so that whatever it is that you're going through, you understand that it has purpose, and so that you're not being overly emotionally attached to that, and instead saying, okay, there is a purpose to this, and so now that I know that purpose, I can make choices differently to be able to move through this experience and understand how it's trying to help me get to where it is that I want to go, which is the alignment of that vision, space, and energy. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So that is the Japaridze Tarot from Nino Japaridze. As always, loved sharing this with you guys. I know that this deck has been out for quite some time, so it's not like it's brand new, but it's just brand new to me. Please feel free to put in the comments whether you enjoyed this. Maybe you've had this deck for a while. Would love to hear some of your thoughts on the types of readings you've been getting from this particular deck. And if you want to keep the conversation going and go a little deeper, click on the join button on my YouTube membership to check out the 3 different tiers that I have. Become one of my fabulous phoenixes, and let's do a deeper dive and just have some fun together on this wild ride called life. Until I see you guys again for another Divinely Decked or a Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life, I'm going to say take care, sending lots of love and support, transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture Divining the VIP Life.